The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, is an inspirational hour that'll take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. Get ready to be transformed from Dr. Jenn's live guided healing meditations and intuitive readings, and unveil the power of connecting to spirit, the angels, and your higher self. Dr. Jenn is passionate about helping you find the answers you're looking for through an inward journey that'll strengthen your connection to spirit and help you trust your intuition. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I guess you guys got a little sneak peek of me doing sound checks and tests. That's okay. It's sound checks and tests, whatever. Now you know we're real, right? We're real. We had all kinds of weird issues for the last couple of weeks. I've had so many weird issues with sound, and I'd have to restart and reboot and turn things on and off. So double checking, making sure. So anyway, we are here. Good to be with you. It's an interesting topic, a positive topic, and we sure do need it with so much going on, and everybody's trying to make the right decisions for themselves and everything that's going on out there. I know we're feeling it too, but I love the topic for today because it's about being unique to yourself of who you are. If you think about that affirmation when you use I am in front of it, I am is that spark of God that is you, that is part of you, that is the essence of being connected to all of it. And if you were to embrace your unique self as that, of who you are, who I am, that's how you're going to manifest a life that is perfect for you, that is the way you're going to find your best, truest happiness and self, the whole thing. But we have to be honest and we have to be true to ourselves, right? Well, that also, it means accepting the uniqueness of you. We are connected, we're one, but we're also unique. And sometimes we are hard on ourselves about that uniqueness, or that what we might call a quirkiness, or, you know, just being different from the rest of the pack. And that doesn't mean, oh, the ones that are different from the rest of the pack are the ones that are, you know, right or wrong. It's just, you know, if you have that creative way of going about something, why do you tear it down? Why do you not allow yourself to do it? I can honestly vouch for that. I mean, I try different things. I had to make myself be open-minded at one point, just a little bit about that. I had to make myself be open-minded about it, and just be open. Don't be so narrow. I kept feeling like I was being narrow-minded because I like doing things the way I like to do it, and I was trying different ways. So it's like, well, no, be open-minded, try something else, do it different. And I would, and I did, and I have, and I still do. But most of the time I end up coming back to what feels right for me. That doesn't mean that was wrong, and maybe it was right for somebody else. I don't know if anybody out there listening right now can relate to that, but I have really lived my life that way a lot. I've always felt like I was the, you know, the one in the pack that was going in the different direction. But I've learned to embrace that, and I really like that now. And when I started to accept that more was when I felt like I was really growing into being the best I could be. And it's been a process over the years, over a lifetime. And I'll still find where I hear things where people, they'll look at me sometimes cross-eyed like, really? Why do you want to do it that way? And because that's what works for me. And it may or may not work for them, you know. So I've had to be okay with and not be so sensitive to that. And I still, you know, you still feel it. But I'm sharing that because I get that. I really do. I've had it so much. But today, this is a very inspirational, motivational topic today about the new moon in Aries that comes up April 11th. It could be the 12th, depending on where you are in the world. You have to look at your time zones for that. But you do feel it about a week ahead of a full moon. When you hear, I mean, not a full moon, but a new moon, full moon, whatever one it is, that date they give you is when it's peaked and it's the strongest. But it gradually accelerates about a week up, and then that's the peak. So the 11th for the new moon coming, that's the peak day. But a week ahead of that, so we're already feeling it. You're already going to start to feel that a little bit. And then you'll feel it about a week after, but it starts to slowly taper off. So it peaks and then tapers back off. So you got a good 2-week period that it keeps increasing intensity of that energy and then tapers off. It's not just, oh, that one day at that moment. So for anybody new to this or exploring what this might do for them in their lives, that's how that works. I usually do feel them about a week ahead. But this one, and the affirmation, I absolutely love it. I was working with angels. I was asking for them to help me with what do we need for this, because I was doing that. And I was praying right before the show too, because I was sitting here just closing my eyes and I was just really clearing and being ready for the show. And then I opened my eyes and I see, hey, you're on. I don't know. I think you were just seeing the standby. I'm not sure. If you were hearing my prayer, you were hearing my thoughts, because I don't think I was talking out loud. But it doesn't matter. I was getting ready for the show. I do that every week. But I think about this affirmation. I embrace the uniqueness of who I am and manifest the life I desire. This is a great affirmation. Write it down. I've copy pasted it in all the posts that I put out there if you want to do that. I embrace the uniqueness of who I am. You're embracing, accepting your true self, your soul, who you are, the I am, that part of you that is part of the universe. And you manifest the life that you desire. So I really like that one for this. I love it. And the Aries being in this new moon is very motivational and inspirational and go movement. It's a moving type of energy. You know, it's a let's get to it, let's do it. This one in particular has a focus on the words we speak, because everything has energy. So the words you speak, and they're going to be positive and negative at times. You're going to get aggravated at something and go, and say whatever. But being aware, more aware of what you speak out, because everything that you're putting out there has an energy and a ripple effect. The thoughts that you linger on. The thoughts you linger on, or what are you focusing on in your thoughts? What are you just constantly going over and over and over and over again in your thoughts? So this one is very important because it's a very strong manifesting energy that's coming in with this moon. So the words you speak, the thoughts you linger on or you're just preoccupied with, and the choices that you make. That's a lot. And that's how it is right now. There's lots of choices to make. So it's also marking a brand new cycle we've been talking about. And I've been talking about it for a couple of months, where this is the new cycle. It starts off, it kicks off, because Aries is in astrology, Aries is the very first sign of the zodiac. And it's to get things moving, a new beginning, brand new everything. So it's loaded with energy that is to help you set intentions, to manifest new beginnings, new pathways, new directions, new projects, just new everything, whatever it is you want to do. And it is a nudge. It is a nudge that we need right now. So we're not feeling scared to make a choice. And some of them feel big, I know. It's just, you don't want to be scared to turn the page and start a brand new chapter of your life. We're really being given a blank slate. I like to call it the blank canvas. Just, okay, let's start fresh and new. How would you do different than the one you had before? The last chapter, the last 10, 20 years, whatever it was. What would you do different? What would you keep the same? And this is a really good moon for this. So this one, like I said, it's going to peak on the 11th or 12th, wherever you are. And it's all about the new beginnings. It's all about setting those new intentions and manifesting. That's what it's about. So if you were to look at this new strong wave of motivation and inspired, refreshing, new, exhilarating energy coming in to urge and nudge you to make some changes or plant a new seed or start that new project, or maybe it's just to embrace that it's a new chapter and it's going to be different. Maybe we just need to embrace it's different now. It's going to be different. It is different. I got to thinking about that a lot, and I go, what would I, and I'm thinking about it, what would I do different? What could you do different? Even though a new moon is invisible and you don't see it, it's still a blank slate. It's still a blank canvas. If you think about a new moon as a new beginning, and every time you've got, okay, new canvas on the easel, what are we going to put on there? What are we going to paint? Don't be afraid to go out of the box and think something different, something maybe that you aren't that familiar with. I'll tell you what we're doing here. I'll tell you why. We were talking about it this morning because we're doing as much as we can to be self-sustaining, okay? I'm looking at sharing a lot of the stuff we're doing too, in different ways on my site, blog, whatever. But I'm all about organic gardening and the food being healthy, and I'm very much a, food is medicine kind of person for me personally. And I mean, we've got all kinds of stuff growing, and herbs, medicinal herbs, like learning about them. But, if you've never done organic gardening, it's challenging. It is challenging because you are doing it naturally. You got to stay on it. It takes a little more effort. We're doing some organic hydroponics, and we're doing outside, inside, you name it. And it's a thing we're doing, and it's taking quite a bit of effort to do it. And we've made some mistakes along the way, and then we've gone, oh, okay, let's start that over and change that. And it's a constant learning. So I've always been about gardening and organic gardening, but it's a little bit different on a bigger scale that we're doing now. So I wanted to go into this brand new way of life, and I have lived like this before, but not quite as extensive as we're trying to do. And I'm absolutely loving it. At the same time, you feel like, wow, there's so much I don't know. And I'm just sharing something that, we're going through personally. And it's a challenge, it's a learning curve, and at the same time, it's exciting and keeps us on our toes. And I'm sharing it because whatever you might be going through, if it feels out of the box for you, going out of the box is something you don't know. Thinking out of the box is looking at something completely different than the way you've always done it before. How are you with that? How are you doing that? How are you approaching life? Are you afraid to try anything because you're afraid you'll mess it up? Things like that. Fear just slows everything down. And I want to put out there, you don't want to make choices out of fear. You want to make a choice because that's what's right for you. That's why for me personally, tuning into the higher self, listening to my inner true voice, my soul, it knows what the right choice or answer is for me personally. I always encourage people to listen to that. If I still am looking at that, I ask the angels for the clarity. I say, okay, what's some clarity on this? Can you help me out with that? And they come through. So sometimes it's just so new and so different, it feels like that. So I wanted to throw that out there just to let you guys know, I get it. There's a lot of different things going on for everybody right now. A lot of different choices. I'm not sure, but it is an individual choice too. I know. But I've asked angels about that, and Michael Michael loves Aries energy, Archangel Michael. So of course Michael's around very strong with this one because it's a go-getter, it's proactive, it's movement. But if you had a blank slate, if you could sit there and design your lifestyle, that's what I want you guys to think about. If you could design your lifestyle right now, you have a clear slate, all green lights, there's nothing in the way. Don't start going down that path like, oh, I can't afford it or this or that. But if you could do whatever you wanted to do, what would you put on your blank slate or blank canvas? How do you picture the life that is perfect for you? That's where you want to go in your thoughts and ask on an internal journey is, what is it that you want? And if there was anything that could stop you, what would that choice be? Because then it helps you decide and decipher, am I making a decision out of fear, or am I making a decision because that's what's right for me? That's what I want you guys to think about with this, because choices are important with this one, yes. The words, the emotions, everything we put out there is, what's putting things into our reality that come back. I mean, it's the energy we're putting out there. And when I talk about law of attraction, a lot of times there's that side of it or that viewpoint that comes back like, hey, I didn't ask for all this hardship. You're saying that I attracted this to myself? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm never saying that. It does get taken that way sometimes, and I want to address that. Law of attraction, yes. We want to focus on what we do want, not what we don't want. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to see challenges when we're focusing on what we do. It's how we handle it and how we approach and make the choices when they happen, because we are still living here. You can be as positive and everything is possible, and life still happens. It's how you're going to make choices about it that will probably be quite different with that type of mindset. A little bit more like, okay, well, what can I do to make this better, and what can I learn from it type of thing, versus everything's ruined and my life's destroyed. I mean, think about it. You just stop right there and you don't do anything else. You see? It's a very different approach. You get a lot further. I mean, being mindful of your thoughts and your words, and just being aware of the energy that's around them, because everything has energy, and choices you make. But don't be afraid to make a choice. You see, this type of energy here with Aries is going to help you with those choices. It's going to help you bring in, okay, I know my words are powerful. I know my thoughts are powerful. It's going to show you this positive side of the power that you have the capability to use. It's not just all to tear the walls down and fall apart. It's not. And if you find yourself sabotaging yourself, stop and ask yourself why. Why am I saying I can't when I could say I can? Or why am I shooting this down? What am I afraid of? That's usually a root cause right there, usually. So I wanted to put that out there as well. So let me stop there for a moment, say hello. Hello to everyone that is joining me in the YouTube live chat. Hello to everyone. Is everybody doing good out there? It looks like everybody's excited for some I look younger today. Well, thank you. Wow. I'm reading through the comments. Hi, how are you? Good morning. And love motivation. And then you look younger today. You know what? I promise you everything is natural and organic. I didn't do anything. I swear. I am so not that. But thank you. I think it might be energy you're seeing. That's interesting that you see that, because I did a lot this morning, because I actually went through a rough week last week. I did. I had a tough week last week. But I got through it and I'm good. So that's why I wasn't here last week. So, sometimes there's a reason I can't be here. But I've just been clearing my energy a lot this week, if you really want to know the truth. I mean, I have been clearing it, and I've been just lifting my vibration after going through some challenges. So that might be what you're seeing, because you can actually see that glow. I mean, I've seen that on other people. You can tell when they're, you know, energy is low, or when you read energy, you can tell when it's low, or it's not this, or it's not that. You can feel it. And I was feeling like that last week. I was feeling like, whoa, I'm feeling like I just need a timeout, and, you know, dealing with just different challenges here. And it's like, okay, nope. Universe is saying, yeah, nope, got to do this. Just take a day, just take the week. And focusing on some different things. And so I've been working for a good week now on vibrational clearing and lifting, which I do a lot anyway, but this was more like a kind of like a spring detox of getting rid of lower energies, because they happen with empathic stuff, you know, they happen. No, I didn't think you did anything surgical. No, I did not. No, I did not. Thank you. And you know what about the hair? You wouldn't believe how long it is because of all this thing we've been doing with isolation. I've just been letting it grow. I've just been letting it grow. It's way down to my waist now. And I just am letting it grow straight. No layers, all that. That's really all it is. I'm just letting it be. I'm just being me. Been out in the sunshine too. Been out in the sunshine because we have had really good sunny days here. So we've been out in that garden that I was telling you about. But thank you though. I appreciate the compliments. Thank you. Anyway, so if you guys have any questions and you want to put them out in the chat, please do. Please do. We will go into those questions. Let me get back to our topic. If you were to look at how could you, like, say the thoughts were what was causing some of the issues for you. How could you weed out some of the ones that aren't doing you any good? How could you go into a different mindset? How could you be lifted? For example, say you're just redundantly overthinking something, a challenge that you're trying to sort out and figure out. What I do is I have to get quiet. I do homework. I do research. I look at all the options, and then I ask for guidance. Then I listen. I ask one time. I'll ask, hey, okay, this is a challenge. I'm not quite sure what the best thing to do is, but let's look at this. And then I just let it flow in. And some things are more challenging than others when you do it that way, but I've found that to work really well. If you have opportunity in your thoughts, if you find something that's just like dead end, really making you feel down, or if you're watching something on TV that upsets you, give yourself a break. Yes, we don't want to not know what's going on, and at the same time, we need discernment of what we're filling our heads with, because you don't want to lose track of what feels right to you. I'll tell you that right now. Make sure you're giving opportunity to your own thoughts and your own, what you feel about it, what feels right to you about anything with a choice. Because if you want to shift what you're manifesting in, we got to get off this fear of and lack of and all that. And that course that I put out about manifesting an abundant lifestyle helps you with that lack mentality or abundance mentality. It helps you understand the differences, helps you recognize which one you are having an issue with, and then you have the planner that goes through your days and you put your goals out. And it's really helpful because you're writing it down and you're looking at where you're limiting yourself, or you're looking at, well, where is this seems to be stuck and it's not changing or growing the way I'd like. Well, where's the limited belief at that's causing that? And you're looking for, where am I feeling lack here? Where am I feeling that it just isn't happening? So you're moving into that. The law of attraction is a very powerful experience, and it doesn't mean that you're going to, oh no, if I can't get my thoughts positive all the time, you're going to ruin everything. No, it's being aware and having that intention for shift. You would be surprised how much will shift just with that intention shift. It really will help. So let me see what we have here. Let's see. Oh, thank you, thank you. I have to practice what I preach, right? Like, you have to keep balance. So thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Maddie, I've been clearing so much energy and I'm trying to get back to being productive, but I've been feeling some overwhelm and fatigue. Do Angel have any advice for getting me back on track? Well, the clearing of the energy is what I'm feeling is absolutely what you need to do. Sometimes, like what I was experiencing last week, when I had to just stop and just go, you know what? I've just got to stop the presses and I've got to do something here. It also strengthens immune systems and everything else. I mean, it helps you physically, it helps you mentally to be sharper and clearer. It also helps your connection and to hear things differently and better. And what I want to say here is, if you're clearing a lot of energy, don't stop doing that. In some parts of life and some experiences that we go through, we have to do more clearing than we usually do. Sometimes it's just bigger, like bigger truck dump loads of stuff. And that's why I call it like the detox, energy detoxes, because it's like I'm doing daily stuff, but then all of a sudden you have to just do that major clean. What I'm picking up from Michael is you're doing a bigger, deeper clean, because when you feel like you're not productive or you feel like your mind just can't get focused, it's energy that needs to be cleared. It's thought energy, probably. Overthinking and overanalyzing can be just a muddled, jumbled mess. Like if you think about it, if you took your thoughts and you thought, all right, I don't know what to do with that thought, so I'm gonna throw it in the closet. And then after, I don't know, so many months of throwing all these thoughts that you don't know what to do with in the closet, now you've got this bamboozle mess in the closet, and you open the door and it falls all out on you, and it's overwhelming, it's exhausting to try to keep those doors shut, and it's exhausting to try to hold all those thoughts till you can figure them out. Sometimes if we just flush it all out and let it flow, because all these thoughts I'm holding on to, why? This all coming from Michael, by the way. It's Michael, because he helps you clear energy. Why are you holding it? He's asking me to ask you that. Why are you holding all of it? Why are you sorting it like that? And you're clearing it, but at the same time, he sees a lot of baggage, thought energy baggage that you're holding. And it's redundant. It's like, it feels like you just keep asking the same question over and over again. Like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know. And it's going like this. And that ends up making a spin of a stronger energy that's stuck in a cycle, like a hamster on a wheel. And that wears you out because it's not getting you an answer. And it's all this energy being spent on that thought that's not going anywhere. No, that sounds crazy, right? But not really. Thought energy is very exhausting. Actually, it can wear you out, and you will feel it physically. It will keep you up at night. You'll have sleepless nights. You'll just feel like, I've got to decide, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Sometimes we have to completely like open the hatch and let it all go, clear it out, try to do that timeout where there's just nothingness. I know that actually feels very peaceful when you need it, that quiet part. And then it brings the clarity of thought back, where you can actually hear or pick up or tune in to what the answer is for you. I hope all that made sense, Maddie. I think I may be trying to figure out too much by myself. It's very easy to do that. When you find that it's going in circles or wearing you out, then it's not natural. It's not the soul running it. It's probably ego trying to figure it out and control it, that side of us. And you're absolutely right. That's probably exactly what it is. If you're trying to figure it out for yourself, you're going to get worn out really quick. But when we're just, you know what, I'm done. Just, sometimes you're just like, I am done. Let it go. Sometimes we just have to claim, I'm done. Can't do this anymore like this. Move on. Let it clear out. And it could be different ways you do your clearing. And then let it settle. Sometimes, honestly, we need to take a break from trying to figure it out. And that's not avoiding, that's just giving some balance and restoration back to the mind so it can focus on task. I hope that makes sense. I really do. And let's see. Hello to Megan. You're so right. It's interesting when you know you should be doing something but keep resisting. To stop and look at the resistance. Then we can have clarity and choose a more intentional approach. Exactly. Where do I need to do more? I think you mean clearing with Michael. Actually, what I'm feeling when you ask questions like that, sometimes when you ask the question of where do I need to clear, it means you need to do an overall balancing. And that's exactly what I'm picking up. As soon as I'm reading that, Belinda, I'm picking up that Michael's saying, he keeps doing this. And if you think of the meditation picture with the chakra symbols going all the way down, it's like the whole self, the whole thing. Start and just work and clear. Start at the top and work and clear all the way through to the bottom. And if you put that intention out there, like I just need to clear the whole slate, remember this energy about this moon is a very fiery energy. It's loaded with passion. It's about moving forward with a blank slate, with a blank canvas that you can put a brand new whatever on. So I would say, that's okay. I figured out that you meant clearing. I got you. And, but if you were to think, I just need to start fresh and clear. I need to let go of all these things I'm giving myself a hard time about. Usually it's about what we feel about how hard we are on ourselves more than anything. I need to let go about worrying about what other people are doing, whatever it is you got going on. It's almost like give yourself a timeout from fretting over it. And if everybody, I love this exercise. I used to do this all the time when clients would come in the office that had a lot of tension and they held it in their body. If everybody took their hands and squeezed them together, I mean literally squeezed them as tight as possible till you can't squeeze anymore, and then let it go. You see the difference? You're holding, then you're letting go. Do it with your shoulders. Squeezing, and then let it go. You can feel the difference. It helps you physically connect to the energy of what you're holding. If you went from the top of your head, I know, how do I do that with the top of my head? Well, you can. You believe it or not, you can. You can tense and then let go. Go to the neck, go to the shoulders, arms. And if you did that through all the different arms, muscles, body, chest, stomach, everywhere, all the way down to your feet, and you did different tension, hold, and let go. Is anything uncomfortable in certain parts of your body? This is a great way to find out what can be the cause. So if you have certain areas that are really bothering you, like say elbows and knees are turning points, hips are how you're moving forward, feet, different things, different points, shoulders and neck. Am I trying to control a lot? Who's holding all this tension in their neck and shoulders? I can hear some giggles right now out there, like, oh, might be me. Who's holding it in their back? Who's holding it in the low back? Low back can be, you're worried about money. You're worried about security. You're worried about, it could be first chakra, things like that. But your body is an antenna for the energy and will tell you, in energy clearing, energy healing, it'll tell you what's going on. I mean, when you have a discomfort physically, that's what I do. If I have a discomfort physically, I go, okay, what are you trying to tell me? That's immediately where I go now. I didn't always do that, but I do now, and I don't have to deal with it as long anymore. It's been great. It's so much faster to get to the problem and resolve it. If it's energetic, I clear. Okay. If it's still having something physically, I mean, obviously I'm not trying to write off where you have something medically going on. I'm not trying to say that or replace it. But energy can have a lot of effect on us. Stress is energy. It's not a very positive energy, but it's an energy. You needed that. Have you ever, so how many of you out there have tried what I just told you? You could do it with your ankles, your feet. You can do it with your body, your legs. Is anybody doing that right now? I mean, sometimes you can just sit there and do this and nobody knows what you're doing. It just looks like you're stretching your hands. But you can tell the difference between, am I holding tension or am I not? Especially up in your shoulders. Another little thing to find out if stress is causing some of the chaos in the energy thought, because it will. If you're holding energy of thought, it can start to cause tension sometimes, or you're fretting over a situation, or you're concerned or worried, and it's like, why am I worried? Why am I having, what's going on? What can I do different? Because your soul's not worried about anything. That's the beauty of this. Your soul's not worried about any of it. If you can just get reconnected to the soul, you can find the solutions and get that tension to ease. It's a constant reconnecting sometimes, I know. It feels like that, but that's where we want to take some action with this. Because of this moon, because of this energy right now, we have an opportunity with a clear blank slate. So I definitely recommend, if you haven't been clearing energy or you feel like you're doing that, to stop right whatever you're doing and do that clearing, do that energy releasement, and then go, you know what? My intention is to connect with who I am, my uniqueness, so I can manifest the life I desire. So I can be a participant in what the reality is I live in. I mean, that's a very powerful statement to make. It really is. And it's not like a magic pill. You're going to be putting effort into this. Law of attraction brings the opportunities, the ideas, the creative juices flowing. This is a creative energy as well. It helps to do things that are creative, whether it's an art form or music or just dancing or redesigning or rearranging your furniture or thinking of something new to do different in a recipe for dinner. That's creative juices. It doesn't have to be, oh, I can't draw or paint. You know, you don't have to do that. You could do something. You're using creativity all the time in your life if you give it acknowledgement and respect that it deserves. And it will carry you very far, especially when you're trying to go out of the box to create something new. You need your creative juices flowing. You need that movement. You need that energy. This one with Aries being in that kind of gives you that fearlessness to just do this. And if fear is, if you're going, all right, I'm ready to do this, you do want to look. You don't want to move hastily without looking where you're going. Okay. It's not about that. It's about, you know, I really want to do this. I feel motivated. Okay. Do your homework, look into it, get yourself knowledgeable about it, and then do something about it. You see, then do it. That's what I'm saying to you. So you lower back. Oh, okay. Kind of hit that one, didn't I? I had a feeling. Yes, I got you. Of a negative marriage. Okay. That would be second chakra. That would be second chakra and first chakra. Third chakra is who's got the power? You or somebody else over choices for you. So I would say there's a strong imbalance in the first, second, and third from what you're saying, Belinda. But at the same time, the whole overall needs it, because in order to clear the lower chakras, we want them to all be balanced. But your heart chakra is where your heart passions and what you really want to do. And sometimes they won't match up with who we have in a life partner, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And that does cause challenges. I know, I understand that. But you definitely, low back is an insecurity. It's more of like, is life supporting me? Do I feel support? Yes, I got you. So that's where I would focus. Shadana, hi Shadana. I've been getting these short 24-hour bouts of chills, body ache, fever. Then the next day I feel perfectly fine. I feel like it happens around new moons. Is this energetic or something medical? Okay. Well, obviously, you know, I can't say that it couldn't be medical, but if it's only around the new moons, more than likely energetic. But I'm not saying to rule out something medical if you see that happening. You would also want to look at your cycle, your menstruation cycle, because what if that's just the way it's lining up? But what I feel like is the best way to answer that is to make sure there isn't something physically going on, because here's the thing, energy can manifest into something physical. I mean, everything starts with the energy, and then the body just responds to what energy we give it. So when I have something physical going on, I always go straight to the energy first, and I'm also dealing with what's already manifested physically. Is that making sense? But the chills, body aches, fever, next day perfectly fine. When I do energy work, I get, let me tell you what, I mean, I get hot, you know, I mean, mega hot, like super hot, like drenched clothes hot. No, it's not hot flashes. It's not. You know, a lot of people go, oh, you're just having that because of your age. No, that's not what it is. Then I've been having that since I was 5. You know, because if I've got energy moving through and I'm trying to clear off energy, it gets really hot. When Michael's involved helping you with energy, if you've been working with him a lot, he has a warm energy. And when he's helping you clear energy, it can get warm. And I say that because energy healing and energy work is not going to do anything but help support anything medically going on that could be. And that doesn't mean I'm saying that. I just can't answer that because I'm not a medical doctor. So please know that. But I'm saying energetic wise, and here's my logic. If it stops happening because I've done the energy work, then okay, it was energy. And for me, a lot of times it is the energy. I've just found that I do better going that way first. And then if there's still something that just doesn't want to go away, then okay, what is that? You know, you got to check it out, because everybody's experience is different. So please don't discount and make sure there isn't something else. But definitely do the energy work, because chills and body aches and fever, fever's kind of a big deal. You want to make sure there isn't something going on there. Make sure you're not having, make sure your immune system is being supported and strong. Things like that. And let's see, we have Lisa. I am so glad to hear all of this. I'm trying to rest every month. A new moon to help with my manifestation. Awesome. Great to have you here. New moons are all about the new beginnings. New moons are all about the new beginnings. Let's see, Megan's practiced the tense and release in the before. Yes, it's a good, yes, she's done that. Let's see, Belinda, working in my garden helps. Yes, me too, absolutely. I feel extremely connected to the moon phases. You will, and if you do feel connected to the moon phases, that's exactly why I like doing this. I feel very connected to them as well. And you remember, what I like about moon phases is new moons are beginnings and full moons are releasement. You can release at any time. You don't have to wait for the full moon, but it's just more intense that way. So I also want to bring up a couple of more points. Let me bring up a couple of more points about this new moon, because it's a strong one. So you guys are aware of what's happening here. So there's no planets in retrograde. Okay, yay. Yay, no planets in retrograde. But if you've been feeling stuck, stagnant, that's winding down, and this moon is moving energy forward, like a lot of opportunity to get out of that. Okay, it's a lot of opportunity to get out of that. But you may feel like, you might notice that, let me put it this way, because it wants you to move, the areas of life or the energy that's trying to hold you stuck, you'll notice it more. Because if you're trying to move and something's pulling, you're like, what is, it brings your awareness to something's like your foot stuck somewhere, or you got your shirt caught in something. This energy can make you feel like, wait a minute, I'm trying to move and why won't you let me? It'll help you identify what needs to get out of the way. This is a good thing because it's wanting to move. And so you start pushing and moving this energy through, and then you're going to go, wait a minute, what is holding me back? What's in the way? Don't be afraid to find out what that is. And if you find out, okay, that's an emotional thing, that's an issue, that's an old thing, that's a issue I've got with somebody else that I need to stop wasting time on, you know, things like all kinds of stuff. It could be anything. You're going to find out what that is personally, let it show you what it is, okay? There's another part of this that I want to bring up. If there's no retrogrades going on right now, that means everything's a green go light. Let's move forward. Let's go. Let's forge ahead. Bold choices, strong motivation because it's Aries. And another aspect of this moon is Pluto is very active in this moon. So you do need to be aware of that, along with Venus. So those two could stir up and make you question things about relationships. Or, am I giving my power away? Am I feeling right here? You might find that you're second guessing some things. Don't get overstressed about it. Don't do that. Allow the thoughts to come in and show you some identifying areas. And then you ask for that intention to heal that. You ask for that, no, I really want this relationship. I don't want this to be a problem. Then you ask for the healing, or what needs to be different. Do I need to take a different approach? Or if it's popping up and showing you something toxic, that's it, you're done. Don't be afraid to see what the truth is. This Aries is not afraid to look straight into the eye of what the problem is. Okay? If you find that you're like, oh, I don't know, like you're closing your eyes during the gory scenes of something on a movie. Yeah, God, I don't want to watch that. Aries is going to turn you around and open your eyes and say, will you please look at this problem? I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. It will. It's like, let's do this. Okay, let's get this right. And if there is a situation with a relationship, it may identify some areas about feeling powerless or feeling drained. That doesn't mean it's over. It could be, but it doesn't always mean that. It could be like, you know what? Maybe I just need to, change how I'm looking at this and stand up and say yes or no. Don't be afraid of that. So it will show you. It'll also, it could show some power struggles in relationships with that Pluto-Venus thing, okay? Just being aware of that, wanting to let you know that. That doesn't mean it's a negative. It means we have the opportunity with a blank canvas, a fresh opportunity to start this fresh and new with better energy. Lifting the vibration of your own energy is huge. You don't have control over what somebody else does, including some of the people you may live with or you're around. But you have all the power in the world about what you do with your own energy. Sometimes just lifting your, honestly, this is the easiest way I've found. If I find that I end up in a lot of energy that's heavy, or I'm in a group or something that's going on like that, I start working on my own energy and lifting it. And they either get out of the way or it lifts them too and it helps them. I don't try to help them. It's not my place. It's for me to make sure I'm putting out the vibration that's right for me. But I'm also trying to lift it and put it out to where it is a healing energy. And that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. And a lot of times you'll find that just you working to do that with yourself will lift others. They may choose not to. They can choose to stay the way they are. And the whole life journey is, I want to be in this place. I want to be lifted. How do I stay that way without it being pulled back down into that because they want to stay that? I hear this a lot and I get it. I know what you're talking about. It's the strength and the confidence of you're holding your own power. It's going to go back to that power. Who's got the power? Who's got the power? That third chakra. Do you feel powerless in your relationships with others? Do you feel powerless within the relationship with yourself? Yeah, this has got a lot going on in this one. And the thing is, it's a new beginning. It doesn't have to keep going the way it was. It does not. But it will start with clearing the energy first. So for a few minutes here, let's do a little bit of that. Because that's a big one for this one, let's do a little bit of clearing right now. If you were to stop, let's do that a little bit. We were doing the squeeze and let go. We were doing that. That's something you can do at any time when you feel like, you're getting that. And we were doing that a few minutes ago, but let's do a little bit of clearing. So if you can, I don't know how you're listening right now. If you're driving, of course you can't close your eyes, I know. But we have archives, you can do this later. But close your eyes if you can. And I want you to just try your best, because I know if you've been moving around fast, and I'm having to do that too because I've been busy talking, just slow your breath down. You don't have to do 4 count, 8 count, whatever. Just slow your breath down because you know where your breath is. And try to take the deep breaths in where the belly moves out, not just up here. If you're shallow breathing, you're holding tension. Shallow breathing, you're going to feel your shoulders going up and down. You're going to, that's shallow breathing. Or if you have your hands on your belly and your belly expands when you take a deep breath, now you're taking the deep breath in. Because this represents your chi, this represents your life force, your breath is your life force. You're taking it in and you're accepting life when you breathe in deeply. It's not a resistance. Resistance is, no, no, no. You're taking that breath in deep. And as you do that, I want you to focus on this amazing, I want to use a gold ball of light. Gold is a very high ascended color. Very beautiful color of vibrancy and vitality, but it has a lining of silver, think silver lining, and it glows very brightly, and it's hovering over the top of your head, just hovering there. And as you're breathing, each time you breathe in, you're going to be drawing it magnetically in through the top of your head, right through your crown chakra. So as you breathe in, you'll feel it pulling it down. When you release your breath, don't just throw it out hard, just release it gently. It's not going to go back up. Each time you breathe in, it's going to come through more and more. And as you keep breathing in slowly, you feel this beautiful orb of energy coming into your 7th chakra, which is at the crown. And now if you visualize that this is glowing and it's inside your head, just lighting it up, and the sphere is moving around, just rotating like Earth does on its axis, and it's just putting out this beautiful clearing energy, like just washing and clearing away anything that feels dark or heavy, clearing the thoughts out, just clearing and lifting the vibration and the frequency of the way your mind wants to drift. And keep it there as long as you need to. When you do this later, you can just keep it there if it's about thoughts. Then, after a moment or two of that, you're going to take another breath in. You're still breathing, but as you keep breathing in, you take another breath and bring it down. Bring it down to your 3rd eye, right around here in your eyes, because you want clear vision. You want clear insight. You want to be able to see clearly, intuitively, on choices you need to make. And it's going to clear out anything that's in the way of that. And as you're breathing, you have control. You have the power of leaving this beautiful healing orb there, or as you breathe in, it lowers. So you leave it there as long as you need, and then you go down to your 5th chakra, which is your throat. This is going to be ears, nose, throat, allergies, viruses, colds, respiratory, anything. And it's also about speaking your truth and listening. Very important one. This one is kind of narrows down, and this one can be muddled a lot. Sometimes I keep hitting my mic, sorry. And you're taking the breath in and you're clearing all of this confusion out, this misunderstanding, the difficulty in communication, just the whole thing. And you're clearing that with this beautiful energy. And then you take it to your heart. Your heart chakra right in the middle of your chest, that's your 4th. This one, This one is where the emotions are. This is where your heart, your passions, your true self, where you want to make your choices from. Not the confusion up here, but here in your heart. And this one is a big one. This is a very major area where choices are made for your passions, for your true self, for life, the way you want it to go, for where you feel is right for you. It's intuitive. It's emotional. So if emotions are released, let them fly. Let it just move on. Everything's an energy. Emotions are something that we experience, but it's not who you are. And then as you go again lower, we're going into that third chakra, which is the power center. The power center, who's got control? Do you have control? Do you have power over your life, or do you feel powerless? Are you second guessing decisions? Are you afraid to make a decision? Are you a people pleaser? Yeah, I know. Are you saying no when you need to say no? Are you saying yes when you need to say yes? Are you allowing yourself to shine as uniquely as you are? Are you doing that? That's a big one too. Can really affect the digestive system if it's a stress there. Just think about that. And now we're going to take it down to the second chakra, which is creativity, new beginnings. It's your relationships. It's everything new. This is where the birth of something brand new happens. Whether it's a project, a baby, you know, anything, everything, all of it. It's everything, all of those, everything new. And if there's any kind of issues with that, you want to clear that. Clearing your chakras is such a big deal. It really helps. And now you've got this amazing light going down to the first chakra. The first chakra is a big one. It's all about your physical needs, finances. Do you have food on the table? It's attached to addictions at times, if that's how you're dealing with things. Your insecurities. Just, do you have a job? Do you have a place to live? That kind of stuff. It's the basic stuff, all that stuff that's very important here on earth. Are you having stresses about that? Because it's your foundation and it's at the base of your spine. And you have lots of chakras all throughout your body. These are the main 7. Clearing those right now helps to lift that vibration, opens them up. I recommend everybody clear all of them, not just try to focus on one or the other. It helps you raise your frequency and your vibration in a balanced way, because one supports different, they all support different types of experiences and energy. And sometimes we just don't realize that we're holding on to things that we should have just let pass through. Sometimes if you're empathic, we're holding on to things that were somebody else's journey that we can't do anything about anyway. Now it's just muddling ours up and we can't even do our own journey. That's not helping anybody. That's not getting anywhere. And as you've gone through and you've done this light and this gold light with that silver, and that's what we're doing. The gold light is the vitality and the strength and the energy to go through and courageously get all that energy. It also is an orangey red color that can be representative of a flame, because in energy, the fire energy purifies. So you're just removing all of this old debris that's holding low dense frequency for you. The silver lining brings in the silver lining. We're looking for that silver lining. We're looking to replace and put this beautiful energy of light and opportunity and potential into every single chakra as you go through. And just sharing all of this with you, And I have laid it out for you because in the archives you can go and you can do this yourself and take notes. Do this to your favorite music, whatever you want to do. But if you were to go and do this and just recharge your battery, so to speak, with this amazing energy, then come back through and see how you feel about things. One of the best ways to stay in the meditations when you do things like that is to make sure you're grounded. And grounding is very simple. You just make sure you feel your feet on the bottom of the floor. Feel the bottom of your feet. Brings your energy into your entire body. If you have a tendency to go everywhere else, it's a very simple thing to do. It works very well. You can use frankincense on the bottom of your feet. A little bit of drop on the bottom of your feet can help too. Myrrh, believe it or not, too. But you don't need all these things. You've got everything you need. You can do it very simply. You can do that with just focusing and feeling the bottom of your feet in your shoe or on the floor will bring you in. And then after you've done this and you feel lifted and refreshed, drink a good amount of water. Why? Why do we want to drink water? You want to drink water after you do an energy clearing because you're still releasing energy. The water is a conduit and will help grab and flush it out. I have heard numerous times when I've done big energy healings on people, they were like 5 days crying. I was like, make sure you drink your water. But you do want to drink some water after a clearing, and it can help. Water clears anyway, but you can also do a salt bath after doing something like that. And it's just amazing. But you're clearing your slate to align with the frequency of the blank slate that we're being given. Now you have this fresh new energy to start something brand new. Now you can take off and go. And that's where you have the power to be the creator of your future and your life. So I hope that everyone has enjoyed the show. I hope that you've learned something, and if you please do like the show and share it if this has been helpful for you, because it helps us help others. If you want to look into the manifesting course, I have that over on the website. We also have abundance calendars and things like that, and I'm putting some new things out there, really working hard on getting a lot of different things out there. I just want you to know how much I appreciate you, and I hope that the show keeps you inspired and lifted through some challenging times right now. And don't give up. Don't give up. The universe is providing us what we need, but we have a new beginning here. So let's go with it. Let's do it. Let's make this happen. Let's have a new life and a new direction. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you next time on the Jenn Royster Show. Namaste.
You've been listening to the Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. If you've missed any part of this show or any other show, visit www